Alright, seems like we're getting stable internet. It's good. Stream has started. Hello. Oh, we all? How are we doing? Don't mind me, just putting a bit on, just putting a bit of an accent. I'm feeling silly today. That's the best I could say. I'm feeling a little silly today, that's all. Hi, hey, hello everybody. Well, how you doing? Hopefully you've been having a good day. And continue to have a good time on stream. Ignore the way I'm just slurring all my words here. I was feeling a little silly before the stream. So I was just talking nonsense like 5 to 10 minutes before the stream, just like get into the mood to talk, because it's been, the last time I streamed was like Saturday, I think, right? Look, I'm even forgetting my previous stream schedule for when I streamed literally last week. So for not informing anything on the YouTube post that I normally do and post out my stream schedule, but what ended up happening is I've just been a bit distracted, that's all, and just the best apt description I could give to the start of this week was lots and lots of thoughts all at once and none at all. Which, it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's not, I swear. It's more so just the fact that I was thinking of lots of things, some complex, some simple, and it was just amalgamated, and I'm trying to think everything all at once, and ending up thinking nothing in depth in particular, if you know what I mean. And if you find this accent a little bit annoying, even a little bit more annoying than the usual, I pull out, so I'm sorry, I just feel a little silly at the moment. The silliness will go away, you know? The silliness will go away. I'm just trying to... The other thing is, I'm just trying to hype myself in, because I know for a fucking fact this is going to be a 6-hour stream just to get this little baby bitch suppressed and get his fucking weapon, because it's the best weapon in the entire fucking game. I will say that aside from the silliness, I was watching Chris being drunk on Trash Days. That's that's what I was saying, bro. Chris's Britishness has rubbed off on me in the worst way possible. Now I can't stop laughing as a British man, but I'm not even a British fucking man, for God's sake. Almighty. But ignore me. Okay, these might be the, you know, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. This might be the bloody start of my descent into insanity. Just getting this thing suppressed and under control. You know, there's a reason why I made the thumbnail this way, because I was like, I need to somehow make it a little bit more interesting than usual. So, you know what, I just 15 minutes more 15 minutes more fucking, oh, what's it called? Yeah, 15 minutes more before 15 minutes more 15 minutes before the fucking stream. I can't speak. 15 minutes before the stream, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking have the strongest British accent that I can manifest, that I can naturally speak in, and still be understandable to the audience, and just ramble all the way in. Because I swear to God, for the last 2 streams, I didn't say much about how annoyed I was getting with White Knight, and just getting this over with. So today's the last stream I'm gonna fucking suppress this guy, because I swear to God, if I do it for one more stream, you might start seeing the insanity come through, even before I have started the bloody fight for clerks right run. I don't know how I even kept up with the bloody accent, I'm gonna be honest. I think I have been influenced though. Like legitimately, one of the first. Let's calm down, mate. Yes. You know what, Chad. You know what, lad. You know what, mate. That's good advice right there, lad. I think I'll listen to you. I think I'll bloody listen to you. That's bloody good advice there, mate. but to sort of calm down and talk a little bit more slow. Yeah, so I watched too much trash taste just before this of Chris Broad being drunk, and that he has rubbed off. He has rubbed off on me, and the British accent was like one of the first accents I really tried to speak into when I was learning English all these years ago, like from Ibertrine. Then there was English Lucy. I don't know if she's still around. I think she is still around. There was this like 8 years ago. Like what was it, like 6 years ago? 8 years ago. Yeah, 80 years ago sounds about right. Back when I was actually giving a damn about English grammar, not just speaking based on the experience I've already acquired, so I don't really need to think about grammar. It's just something I do consciously. Alright, I think we're off to a great start on just absolutely blasting everybody with feelings, but just Britishified. Britishified. I don't think that's a word, but I like using it as a word. But yeah, we're ready to go. I just booted up the game. White Knight, for some reason, I think he may have foreseen the amount of shit-talking I'm going to be doing about this little bitch. So he probably, just out of courtesy for once, ended up being in the control unit. I didn't even restart. He was just like, I started the game and he was there. Bro knows what I'm going to do. This chap right here knows what I'm going to do. So... He's like, you know what, mate? Let's do this. Let's get the first attempt over with. You're not even gonna get the green midnight. I dare you. Get the green midnight. It's not in your lock. Okay, but okay, chat. Do tell me. Do tell me when I'm getting too annoying. I will actually calm down. Do tell me, chat, if I'm getting too annoyed, because there is going to be a point in time where, you know, did I ever tell you? Actually, I will continue. Okay, I will focus on the lobotomy and then speak while I'm lobotomized. Does that sound fair? But anyways, have I ever told you guys that when I get sick, I sound more British? Have I ever told you all that? Oh my bloody god. But hello, welcome, the Elder Sprado, the GSG, Callum Murphy. I forgot to welcome you all in that fucking bloody mumbling, the ramble I had just now. Thank you all for coming on to the stream, and hope you enjoy your time here. Welcome. Hope you have a great time. I'm fine without incoherent. You are. I feel like, because that's one of the main things I found out about, not really found out, but I always instinctively knew that on the Lobotomy Corporation streams, most of the time, it's just me chilling. And whenever either Callum Murphy for the most part, because let's be honest, Callum Murphy and like one or two more people, are the only regulars here on the streams, and I'm not, and I don't want to say in the pretentious and obnoxious way, no, you have to show up to my stream. No, when you have the time, I'm just stating a fact when normally Callum Murphy is available and he chooses to be on my stream. So whenever chat's not going like at a normal speed, I'm just taking it more chill and not really initiating conversation that much. And I do feel like there's a facet of my streams where really taking the chill road, or just really being chill, is kind of making the entire thing a little less entertaining. Which, I know, different audiences and all that, some people may prefer me being chill and some people may not. But when you're in the position where you want to grow a bit more, even though the outlandish things you end up doing, because when you're starting out, basically, or when you're first sort of being a content creator, so to speak, yeah, I just kind of wanted to see if I can ramble on, and really, that's it. If I can ramble on. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I kind of wanted to do, and see how much, you know, how much we can get away with that. But yeah, it's funny to say that out loud. I don't know why. I think it's when I do get sick, my nose tends to get like it doesn't even get that blocked. When my nose is blocked normally, I'm not that sick. It's like, I don't sound as British, but whenever I'm sick, as in either I have a sore throat or like my nose is running, I have either fever or I have a cough, I have a cold. I for some reason I get more British in just the way I talk, and it becomes the default for my body. It's like the tongue and the tongue in my mouth. It feels weird speaking normally with like a bit more of a muted accent. The British comes out, and I don't know why. I have legitimately no clue why that happens to me. I'm gonna be real with you. But yeah, I wish I could keep up this energy for the next 6 hours, but I know I'm gonna feel fucking miserable by the end of it. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna feel like I had the worst hangover ever, because even though I've never experienced that, I've just experienced headaches. And have I ever had a migraine? Now that I think about it, I've never tasted a lick of alcohol, and neither do I want to really. But I kind of want to taste mocktails just because of how skilled bartenders are. Might be interesting. A bottle of water, bottle of water, bottle of water. You say? I have a bloody cup of water, but me, not a bottle. Sorry to disappoint you, but yeah. I don't. I don't know. I'm not like other people where they somehow suck the energy out of the water and continue rambling on like a fucking maniac. I'm not that. I still need my energy from somewhere, and primarily that's food. So, you know. God dang it. Anyways, where was it? Cooper, right. You need the heart aspiration. Right. Good, buddy, good. Oh, man. But yeah, I think actually, you know what? That is good advice. I should drink a bottle of water. Not entirely water. A sip of water. A sip of water every now and then will do me wonders. That's soothing to the throat. I tell you what, that's soothing to the throat. To be fair, I think I'm just gonna be incoherent today. Fits with whatever the fuck I'm trying to do today. So, yeah, right, but water. Water. I love me some water. It's my favorite liquid, unironically enough. It's not even like a... It's normal, it's plain, everybody drinks it, you need to drink it to survive. It's fantastic. I love water. It has a distinct taste, because it's not like those fucking chemicals which have no taste that my chemistry teacher told us, because water, depending on where it is, depending on where you're from and how your entire water system is, in whatever country or regionality you live in, it can taste different. There's differences in the taste of water, and it might taste bland, but it's not tasteless. The water has its own taste, you know what I mean? And I swear, this is a thing. This is not something incoherent. Yeah, first stream in a row trying to pull this off, and this is just going to be the major part of the stream. We're not going to be doing anything else. This is all we're going to be doing. I hope RNG becomes better, at least. I swear to hope. I think I messed up my... It's like basic bread, but fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically. Although I don't like to eat white bread, if I'm gonna eat bread, it either has to be whole wheat or brown bread. It's like mixed wheat bread, I guess. Whole wheat or brown bread, yeah. Either of those three. But I've only ever majoritively eaten brown bread. Because, you know, white flour, it's just... I see it. I see that all of the nutrients from the wheat has been fucking removed in it. And I was like, what are you doing? This is why I generally... I mean, when I was younger, I liked the taste of white bread and other things that you'd normally get like fast food places or like quick food. Yeah, because I feel like fast food is like a very specific type of food. So I kind of just lump it together with anything you eat outside, but not like in a proper restaurant. And you term it just quick food. I think. Does that make sense? I don't know if it even does, but that's kind of... I have a habit of doing that. And after I've grown up a bit more, I'm just like, I tend to avoid that. I'm almost always home-cooked meals. Like maybe once every 2 weeks or once a month, I'll have something. Like chips, biscuits, crisps, I don't know, noodles, French fries, if you're really in the mood for that. Maybe even a pizza, like once a month, and that's just when I'm hanging out with my friend, with my bestie, IRL. So yeah, that's when that happens. Because normally I don't really eat it on my own. I just eat home cooked food, and that's about it. And I generally tend to avoid these things, so to speak, especially just white flour that has chemically all the nutrients, most of the nutrients just removed out of it. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, this stream is gonna be the most incoherent I'll probably be for a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very honest there. But it's bloody, it's bloody awesome. Let me tell you, it's bloody awesome. Right. Rose, yeah, you still have that actually. Funnily enough, yeah, you still have that. Interesting. We're literally just gonna hope that nothing bad happens. As in abnormalities break out, and then ruin everybody's day, so to speak. That's what I'm gonna hope for, anyways. I think I'll put Rose there just to be like, you're right outside of WHITENIGHT's containment zone. Maxwell, where do I put you? Oh right, actually, where the fuck do I put you? Wasn't it? What? The dreaming current's here. Huh. Well, where are you gonna go? Good question, actually. Where are you gonna go? We kind of want to take it slow and chill with the lower risk abnormalities, so I guess... Yeah, you know what? I guess I'll put you up there. It's not like I need to go back and go in and deal with Yin whenever the meltdown occurs. Which I'm probably going to have to do at some point, I feel. Cooper, I feel like you could pull it off, right? You can pull off the Snow Queen, it'll be fine. Right? Yeah. I'll just put an array here. Yeah, just have an array be there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, those also the other. Yeah, basically. Alright, let's put everybody to work. Let's go. Joy, let's go. Where's Joy? Joy, please, you're such a joy. Continue being the joy. Continue being a joy in this facility, thank you. Looks like the third is already not having a good time. That's a record for me. I swear to God, that is actually a record for me now. It's legitimately a record for me now. You gotta, you know what? Go ahead. You're gonna love it. You're gonna bloody love it. Hey mate, hold on. Honestly, I think I may as well. Sure. When it was a bad work result, I don't think I need to worry much about the bad work result, I'm gonna be honest. So it's insight? I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna be on the bottom floor. There we go. And Ruby already had that. So should I put Ruby here? I feel like I shouldn't. You know what? I think, yeah, sure. Legitimately, just sure. Put Ruby there. Why not? Now I remember what I needed to do with Cooper. I think I'll just have Narai is not at a level where I would want Narai to be. I think I know what to do. Alright, I think I know what to do. Yeah, sure. Pansy, yeah, sure. Dexter, yeah, sure. Dexter from Malava Dexter? Wait, what was it? What was it again? London? London? Speaking of British, London? Where the hell did you come from? You know what? Just because your name is London in this imaginary city, I don't know where that would come from. Sure, work with once in 100 deeds. Why not? He will root out your. Okay, I'm not gonna make the joke. I'm not gonna make the joke. Yeah, my throat is not built for this. I expelled all the energy I had in the last 20 minutes. I legitimately expelled all the energy I had in the last 20 minutes. Anyways, right, Cooper, are you done with your work? Thank you. I would want you to come here, actually. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, sure. It is definitely going to be amazing. I don't have any doubts regarding that. What is Cooper wearing? That's not good at all. Yeah, I don't. You know what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna interact with you. Just flip off. I'm not gonna. Mary, yes. Child of the Galaxy. Okay, what do we do to work with you? You know what, Brooke? Yeah, Brooke seems like such a great guy to work with the Child of the Galaxy and just have the mark be put on him. You know, should be pretty nice. Should definitely be pretty nice. Right, I still have this. Bong Bong, you are gonna be a successful person. In the sense that you're gonna interact with that thing and be successful. You're definitely gonna be a successful person, dear. Maxwell, sure. Go ahead with that. I think it was Katya, right? Yeah, sure. I don't really want to work with anybody else. Second trumpet. Hello, Blastarian. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hopefully you've been having a day, and hopefully you continue to have a good time on stream. Welcome. It's definitely going to be something. That's true. Now, who the hell do I put in here? Because nobody really has the stats. Nobody really has the stats for that. Just came to watch this. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what? Cedric is going to be a great one, actually. Cedric is going to pop a beer and Cedric is going to pop a beer and have a good chat with Snow Queen. Surely that's how it's going to go, right? Oh, plus 18. That's the maximum I have seen. Interesting. I mean, okay, that's not the maximum I have seen, but still. 108, right? That's the maximum amount of stat elevation I've seen, I think. Probably smudged the floor. Yeah, it's the first attempt at cheesing White Knight. I think that's what's going to go on. I mean, considering how Lobcorp is, I don't think drinking on the premises is going to be very professional, right? I mean, not even... Scratch that. Yeah, that's going to be employed to merit at the end of the day. I don't know. Do they screen for whoever is drunk? And if you are drunk, you get to send to deal with the more dangerous abnormality? Is that how it goes? Has that ever been a topic that's been discussed before? I feel like it's a crucial part of world building I'm missing. Also, Blastarian, just for your information, I'm not British, and the second thing is, I'm exaggerating a bit. I'm just speaking like it because I feel like it. And the second thing is, I am not usually that ramblomatic maniac. Usually, I'm a bit more chill, but just for today, I kind of just wanted to ramble on while I deal with this. But yeah. Yeah, I wonder who's... Jeez. I mean, to be fair, it has just... Wait, no. I was thinking... I mean, Netzak's case is different, because he's like... He'll just inject enkephalin into himself and be like, oh... Kai is a fucking Kai. Higher than a Kai, probably on climb 9 by that point. And I mean that figuratively and literally by a double meaning. He's higher than Kai. Okay, I have noticed that I would be a bit what's it called? I would be a bit more higher paced whenever I start rambling. I'd get pretty passionate about it, right? And I'll just start rambling on like 1.0 speed. And sometimes even spouting nonsense because hey, I'm overflowing with passionate feelings and I must put it into words. You know what I mean? This is a fucking disaster, mate. What the hell? Where? What? Cedric, where did you go? What? Hold on. Did he go back? Oh, I forgot to... Okay. My bad then. I forgot to just put him here. My bad then. Bloody hell. I said pop a beer, not pop the beer on his sword. And fuck off. I feel like I'm gonna get even more incoherent the more we go on. Who did I even work with? Wait, hold on. It was Mary, right? Or was it Brooke? Wait, hold on. Yeah, it was Brooke. Because London was the one going here, and Mary was the one who went to Padoe. Let me see. Yep, I was right. Okay, who's gonna train the Justice here? Pansy? Dexter, yeah. It's funny, don't worry. As a Brit, it's starting to make me laugh. Oh, you bloody old chap, get on here. I'm gonna shank you for your bloody performance. How dare you pop a beer without my consent in my facility? Is this what being drunk feels like? I have never experienced the feeling of drunk, and I almost feel like this is what it is. You just get more and more incoherent as you get, the more and more drunk you get. I don't even want to imagine if I had like a fucking sip of beer, would I be just knocked out black? I don't know. Would it be like, oh, let's take a shot? Just stop. Like, huh? It's gonna be even more for guys. Oh yeah, I had a shot. Yeah, I had a license to drink. I'm actually a lot older. I'm a lot younger than I look, but I swear to God, I'm all day after training and wherever pub I go to, I'm probably digging fish and chips and talking shit about all your mates who behave like fucking cunts whenever they get the chance, because this is what your group does. This is all they need to, they want to do whenever they get pissed drunk. Is that how you talk? Was that good enough? bloody ass. Oh my god. I think I know the feeling of being drunk because I am slowly but surely starting to. So this may just be the average drunk British. Honestly, not too far from some British. I'm great. I, I feel. I feel honoured to represent the British culture in the limelight. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Bloody hell. Ah. Jesus Christ. I just get my name. It's not my name. Hello, Alice. K7. You've got me. You have come to a very unhinged stream. Strap on for 6 hours of. What's bloody hell? What's this bloody hell? I know it's just something. You know, kind of like how Americans or Aussies who would use the word fuck and just try it as a replacement word for really. So it was fucking hot, innit? So it would just be, if a Brit was saying it, they would say, oh, it was bloody hot, wasn't it? The loo was hitting my skin and searing the top of my skin like it was a fucking crispy bacon on top of a pan. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the unhingedness and welcome to the stream. Hopefully you have a good time. Okay, did you enjoy your tour of town? The tour where? Yeah, die hell. No, no. No, it's just something you say colloquially as a replacement word for really. That's all. I don't know where it came from, honestly. I've never really looked into it. But it's interesting. Don't bring him out. Don't bring him out. Have you ever taken a tour of bringing him out? Funnily enough, I'm not. Most of the people who watch me do know this, but I am not British. It's cool. What are you talking about? I don't know. I actually wouldn't know the depictions or like what's agreed upon and like what's the proper way to depict it. But I do know one thing. It's just something you colloquially say and it became a thing. Because you know sometimes language and certain words or certain terms you say get ingrained in a culture just because, and some other reasons, and they're not really being much of a logical reason. Like for example, in I guess there are historical elements to it, like in English, where there's just a lot of words which is just straight borrowed from German, French, because it's more so French derived, I think. Or what was it? I'm forgetting. I think I saw a video on it. I think it was something, a video on linguistics, if I remember right. But yeah. So there are other reasons, and not all of them are logical. So it's just something you expect, and it's fun to say. To be fair, it is a fair assumption to make, and at the same time, it's just fun to say. Bloody hell! I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little. I'm just a little off the rockers right about now, but it feels fun to say. Oh god. I'm very much so destroying my voice by doing this, so don't worry. It's something, definitely. Also, right. Instead of sending more people into work, I should probably just not British, mate. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Don't worry, neither am I, but I just know how it's a bit... The British accent comes out, even though I'm not. Why is White Knight on day 1? White Knight is not really on day 1, this is day 31, don't worry. I got White Knight on day 11. So, there you go. Oh, if you mean why is White Knight in the control team, that's because White Knight has a tendency of switching around when he's White Knight. Yeah, he's switched places every now and then. But yeah. Yeah, Cedric, you're not going anywhere. You're not going back to your own department. Keep popping beers. You're not required to. Everybody must be drunk in this facility while they're dealing with every single abnormality, at least to ease some of their pains. You tricked me, did you? No, I did not. I'm not doing this out of like oh hey, I can do a shitty impression of being British. No, it's just naturally when I was learning English back when like 8 to 10 years ago, most of my influences were British Let's Plays like A.B. Ryan and then other people, Bazamalam. Was it even RT Game? No, not RT Gaming. What were the other OG British Let's Play at the time? I forget. 10 years ago something. But yeah, other people like that. And that's majority where the early way of speaking for English for me developed. And my accent's been a lot more muted because then later on I tended to pick up more American words. And then, yeah, it just became a bit more muted. So you can't really call me either American or British. It's just a mix of both. But sometimes when I'm sick, or sometimes when I do feel like it, I can do a good accent of being British, and I can make it sound sort of natural, at least in my own way. Because at least I think I tend to do it a bit. I don't tend to make it really on the nose because I'm just enunciating every word whenever you hear the exaggerated British accent. And one of its denominations, because there's multiple British accents. There's like the Royal pronunciation, then there's Queen's English, then there's the Cockney accent, then there's what else? Those are the only two that come to my mind. Because some people from the UK do watch this, so they'll be more knowledgeable on the topic as to enlighten me with said knowledge. But yeah, we need to get to the midnight and see the so where's the cheese? So the cheese is you get green midnight and hope for the best. That's the cheese. It's still a test of skill at the end of the day, but it's much better doing this on day 31. You can't park this. Oh, sorry. I was just is the side of the street fine? Hey, officer. Look at the parking lot. It's flooded packed to the brim. It feels like a fucking sausage fest. Why? It's in the middle of summer. Do you really expect me to just park it there? There's no air conditioning there. The Louis is gonna kill me. It's gonna fry me like the outside of a bacon on a delicious English breakfast. Wait, is bacon included in an English breakfast? Am I making this up? Okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna ask. Before taking this to the next stream, I'm actually gonna ask, what does the normal English breakfast include? I feel like there was eggs, there's sausages, is there bacon there? Maybe I should have said sausages. Full English is a breakfast option. I came with cheese and got ING cheese instead. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like it's a lot of things in the breakfast. I just don't forget. I just forget if it includes bacon as well. Or am I just somehow making this up and confusing it with the okay. Eggs and bacon, maybe. Because hey, I have barely any clue about meat, so I'm just going off of what I know, the limited knowledge that I do have. And so I kind of do want to make it like I kind of want to make it so that it is right, and what I say ends up being accurate, and not really whatever it is. I think it's pudding, sausages, maybe bacon. Okay. Because I do remember at least seeing 2 or 3 pictures of there sometimes being bacon. That's why I said bacon. Ah. It's bloody great, isn't it? Welfare team. There we go. Katya. Go in. It's your job, so go in there and do stuff. Where the hell is Cedric? Where you go? Wait, where is Cedric? Oh, you need. Yeah, that's a full English, all right. It's eggs, black pudding. Wait, what was black pudding made out of? Was it? Okay, question. Because I used to watch a podcast back in the day. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but still back in the day. And I remember them mentioning something that there was a pudding in the English cuisine where it's like made out of an animal's blood and you eat it. And I'm like, what? I legitimately just went, what? What do you mean? What animal's blood are you talking about? Is that what black pudding is, or is that something else? It just sounds so weird to me, because, like, I get meat, okay, even though I'm vegetarian myself. I get meat, of course. But, what? Blood sausages? Is that what... Is that what it is? But because I remember there being specifically a pudding made out of an animal's blood, and blood sausages is a little different, of course. Oh, it is legitimately called blood sausage. Okay. All right, I guess. You know what? I mean, hey, if I'm gonna do the... Okay, that was weird. The irony of the thing being called a pudding. It's called a putty. Putty. It's crazy. Oh my god. Cold fucking pudding is crazy. Yeah, it's a blood pudding. It's not... I don't imagine it's gonna be sweet, right? I really don't imagine that it's gonna be fucking sweet. That just sounds... If you put sugar in it, that just sounds disgusting. It legitimately sounds disgusting. Oh yeah, Brooke, yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, we should go back. We should put you back. Yeah. It's got eggs, bacon, toast, tomato, baked beans, and some sausages. Hey, eggs, bacon, toast, tomatoes, baked beans. It's edible. That's what you can say. It's edible. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. You can say that about a lot of things in life. It's edible. You can definitely say that about a lot of foods in life. Or the quality of the food itself. I don't know. Because you wouldn't come to the... Pansy? Wait, was it Pansy that I put? Yeah, I think it was Pansy. I don't think I need to do anything else. Not Connor. I called Cooper Connor. You can tell I have been watching Trash Taste and Connor's videos way too much. Some things you wish you never knew about. I mean, the first time I looked up what the meat industry was like in the UK, and just the meat industry in America and some other countries in general, I was like, I wish I didn't know about how chicken meat was made, to be fair, considering the almost manufacturing aspect of fucking everything surrounding livestock. I wish I didn't know that, but I know, but now I know for that. And then bacon and some other things. It's just a whole lot, isn't it? But yeah, moving off the depressing topic and keeping to the color of the subject. Why not? Is that I feel like I've heard people even like pineapple pizza, but yeah, black pudding is made with a pig's blood. So too, but yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I remember. I was like, was it a pig's blood? But yeah, the one thing I do remember, it's like kind of the same. It's not kind of the same conversation because that just sounds a little. I don't know. That. Like, I'm fine with meat, but then that just ends up sounding disgusting. I'm gonna be honest. That just ends up sounding disgusting. But yeah, going back to the culinary topic of pineapple pizza, because that's a great topic starter. I feel like that's pretty edible. I don't quite get the hate for it. It's something I'm open to try. I've never tried it, but open to try. And of course, Lund. It's interesting because I've eaten slices of pineapple before, and I've eaten a standalone cheese pizza before. I feel like it could go together, but I'm trying to recall the specific taste of a standalone cheese pizza and just a slice of pineapple and just put on top. At Pineapple and Pizza, I enjoyed it. Yeah, great to know, definitely. Count World Cheers, what do you do when you... Clubhouse counter goes down, what happens? Do you even have a Clubhouse counter? No, you don't. It just feels like it would be a bit too sweet for me. Yeah, I guess fair enough, but then at the same time, all the pineapples I've had haven't really been sweet, per se. They've been more on the soury side. I guess, wait, soury is a little bit different of a flavor than tangy. I usually associate the taste of a pineapple with tanginess instead of it being sweet. But that could also just come down to the pineapples that we do get here where I live. So I'll have to try it again to get a better understanding of the flavor. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't know, but in Philippines it's normal there, always pineapple and pizza. Interesting, interesting. Because, I mean, the thing, at least in the States, that people know it for, in the Americas, is a Hawaiian pineapple pizza, because that's pretty well known in Hawaii, right? And people do eat it pretty regularly, from what I remember as well. This thing, yeah, nobody needs to care about this thing. Nobody needs to care about that thing, as well as that thing. I think I'll just, yeah, honestly, I think I will just have Joy be here, working on it, and trying to do the best Joy can do. So yeah, sure, cool. Good. You're gonna enjoy it, I think. Pineapple pizza is just overhated, to be honest. I do feel the same. Like there's a reasonable sort of color palette I can understand. So I'm not one to have strong opinions about food, to be fair. I'm like one of those people, you give me food, I will eat it, unless it is... Yeah, okay, you give me food, I will eat it. Just don't have any eggs, meat, or fish in it, and I'm fine. You can give me whatever. I know that sound, because I'm vegetarian, and I tend to exclude eggs as well. It's just out of personal, as a chosen, as just a lifestyle, and also just anything else. Like punishing but escaped, nobody cares, and more so just I have my beliefs, and I tend to walk the life path with beliefs. I ain't touching licorice with a 10-fold though, also banana flavored things. Banana flavored things, that's interesting. Huh. But yeah, anywhere in that category, I am open to try things. Okay, this might sound a little disgusting, but bear with me. Back when I was in, I guess, the British sense of British education system, that would be primary things. Back when I was in, yeah, primary, I think, school. This is what, like, grade 3 and 4. I tended to, you'd have your own classmates, you'd have your mates, you'd sit around with them, you'd eat lunch with them. So I had a habit on, like, in my group, there'd be like 2 people who wouldn't not finish their lunch, and they would just hand it to me. So I'll eat my lunch on top of 2 half lunges, so I'm basically eating for 2 people. And I always had a habit of just mixing and mashing and just combining everything and doing some interesting things with the food and then putting it into my mouth. Like combining everything like I'm a fucking mad scientist. Combining different chemicals together. Performing experiments. Relating to food. And genuinely, I've discovered things where I'm like, hey, this sounds pretty good, actually. I mean, this tastes pretty good, actually. You normally don't think it would go together. Playing with your food. Not really playing per se. I'll just mix and match food and then eat it. I won't play with it, because that was something I was taught not to do from a very young age, so that's not something I do. But yeah, it was always interesting. Like, the weird and different combinations you could come up with just those 3 differing lunches on certain days. It was interesting, to say the least, because in the school I was, you had to bring your own lunch. We did not have a cafeteria, so yeah. So it was just a lot of cuisine, just mixed and matched on different days, and I was always the one who just ate it whenever I felt like it, and most of the time, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I think the taste buds are okay, and it was good. Like, honestly, it's good. Most of the time it was good. There were some times where, like, the flavor's not really mixing, or it isn't going as well together as I might have thought at first. But it's still nice. Got juice and crushed a bar of syrup and... What? That just sounds like experimenting with your food. I meant experimenting your food and then eating it. And it's still being edible. I don't mean it in that sense. Yeah, that does not sound nice from what I can tell. That really does not sound nice. Okay, everybody's coming back. I think we'll suppress this person. Oh god. I think we'll suppress this. Oh, fuck. I think we'll suppress this thing over here. When I did that, I felt like I lobotomized. Wow. Absolutely interesting. Okay. Let's get animated. There we go. Nice. And that's coming from me, who ate sand as a child. I mean, to be fair, as a child, the one thing that drives you to do most things is based on curiosity and things you've already tried and you know that you do enjoy. Aside from just the parents saying, oh, you should do this, and you're like, okay. Like, the major dictator for your actions is curiosity, so I feel like there have been multiple instances where we all, to some degrees, have done questionable things in our childhood. Like, for example, if I am to talk about my childhood, I don't know why, I had a sudden thought of, like, what the fuck do ants taste like? And you can guess where that went. It was just a constant thought I was having for like a week at that point. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I went outside my house. I took 2 ants. One's extremely small, and then one like medium size, and I just straight up munched on him. I legitimately just munched on him. I'm like, huh. That's not the flavor I expected. That just sounds a little crunchy and a little... I don't know. How the fuck do you even describe the flavor of an ant? It's like a raisin if it was the size of an ant and a bit more poppy, but it had the texture of a raisin but none of the flavor. It was just, huh. I can't describe it, really. I legitimately can't describe it. It's like... But I can tell if I somehow ended up having an ant on my mouth, I'd instantly be able to recognize, okay, yeah, this is the taste of an ant. There's an ant in my mouth. Because it is striking enough to the point where I will remember that flavor for the rest of my life, but it is also so confusing to the point I'm not going to be able to properly explain it. And this is definitely going in the... this is definitely going in the... I felt that squishy something with an exoskeleton in it, and I don't like that. Now that I experience it in my mouth, I would hurl. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, the sand is fucking bitter. It looks bitter, as most things, because, okay, I'm not gonna end up saying, oh yeah, I ate it when I was little. I didn't, but it was just like, I was on the beach and I was like, what? I was like in 5th grade. We went to the beach side in like another state, and it was like, I was once on a beach and there's some sand got in my mouth while I was trying to go against the waves, you know, as a child, and not get caught up in it. So, yeah. So I had sand go in my mouth, and it is bitter. It's fucking bitter with most things on the ground. Because most things on the ground is bitter. Because, you know, earth and the salt minerals. And what have you. I'm not going to be able to explain the scientific... I do not have a scientific explanation to be able to explain why is it bitter, but yeah. Toilet paper? I mean... As a joke, in front of my classmates back when I was in... It's all happened in primary school, Jesus Christ. Not even in middle school. Every one of these incidents have taken place in primary school. Jesus, I'm reliving every single one of these experiences, and I feel a little dead inside each and every time I realize that, or I recall that, to be more specific. But yeah, I would, as a joke, I would chew on paper, hide it the side of my mouth, and then pretend I swallowed it. Yeah, that was chewing on paper. Yeah, that was something I did do like 3 times, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It's funny. I did it as like a sort of a trick to my classmates almost. And then after 3 times, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just chewing on something without any flavor, and with a weird texture. What am I getting out of this? I should stop this. Which is a thought I have not had before doing anything else. It's just, man. But yeah, it sometimes it feels like there was some signs of a pica diagnosis. What is a pica diagnosis, if you don't mind me asking, Desperado? But yeah, it is, you get up to some weird shit when you're a child. It's kind of normal, I think, at least in my opinion. It's just you gotta know the boundaries and don't try anything too extreme. That's it. Because there is legitimate stuff, like, for example, oh god. Eating stuff is disturbing, like, mouthwash. Isn't that dangerous? Is that just straight up going to dangerous territory? Because, like, there's one thing you're chewing it, and it's a whole other thing you're swallowing it, right? Or like you tasted it, it's in your mouth for a bit, and then you spit it out. It's a whole different conversation when you're like, oh no, I want to put this in my stomach. I mean, probably. What, did you just never experience any side effects from swallowing a mouthwash? Because that is not supposed to, from what I know, that is not supposed to go into your stomach, brother. Mate, that's not supposed to go into your stomach. I'm happy you're still here. And I'm happy you're still a functioning human being. And it didn't mess you up or didn't have any big enough consequences to the point where you remember that there being any of them. But yeah, it's like the same thing as babies swallowing the caps of pens. And fun fact, do you know why the caps of pens have holes in them? That's because babies want to put everything in their mouth. It's because if they do swallow a pen, there's still an airway and the air duct is not blocked to the point where they can't breathe. So they have a hole in it so that the baby could be taken to the hospital and then, you know, the pen could be taken out of their mouth, out of their throat, basically. So yeah. That was a great conversation, honestly. But yeah, that is reminding me of another thing I did when I was a child. I don't know if I should say this on stream. I'm gonna be honest, fully. But well, school messed me up. But I have the peak under control with mints and chewing gum. And no, I don't swallow the gum. I spit it out and put it in the bin. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. For a second there, I was a little worried about your safety. But yeah, great to know. But that reminds me of a story because I was, in my time in 4th grade, I did something where I feel like it's more so a fault of the culture around the school itself. Because if you do go to a good school, most of this never happens to you. How can I say that? Because I have a little sis, and she does go to a good school. At least I managed to. Well, I myself went to a mixed one, and she goes to a all girls one. But still, nothing like that has happened. And there's other things. But yeah, I think it's a large dependent on how the teachers are and the school culture and environment itself, at least according to me. And of course, if you are neurodivergent, that is going to manifest in some other ways. So that is definitely a thing. Then that is definitely a thing. But no. Actually, I can't because I need to posture people to be able to deal with the noon when it does come up. But yeah, that reminds me of the time, like, to look cool, and I say in extremely heavy quotations, I developed a habit where I would take the mathematical compass and then just fucking poke myself with it pretty hard in front of a person on, like, just below my wrist. Like, on the downside of my arm, just below my wrist. And that is basically bordering self-harm, and you should never do that. But I was like, oh, hey, here's a cool trick. And I also did it just to show them I didn't feel that much pain. So I was like, hey, here's a cool trick. Want me to show it to you? There you go. And I think it was the 5th demonstration where it was like... I became pretty famous in my class for that. But somehow none of the teachers knew. And I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks after that, for my 5th demonstration, for my 5th or 6th demonstration, it was like a benchmate sitting with me. It was like, oh, right, you're famous for that. Oh, you know, you do the thing where you do the kids being kids, out of curiosity. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. This is like the teacher's teaching English literature. Was it literature or was it grammar? I forget. And I'm like, I pull back my sleeve. Because I think we were in winter uniform. I pulled back my sleeve. I just inserted there, and this time I think I was a little too overconfident because the fucking needle went in, and because the fucking needle went in, and I've always been skinny, the skin kind of like popped up to like the almost the tip, the end of the needle. Like, it literally, the skin sucked up the needle and went up to its end. And I had a full fucking needle of a compass in my arm, right below my wrist. Thank God I did not hit a nerve that day, or else it would be something. And I was like, oh shit. And the weirdest thing is, I was still not feeling pain. Like, it was like a little bit of pain and that was it. I'm still confused, because if I were to do that now, I'd be like, oh Jesus, I'm gonna be in a hell of a lot of pain. But back then, it was just like something I had. I just not feel that much pain for some reason in certain parts of my body. So, but by the way, and it was fucking... I pulled it out, then I had the audacity. I was like, oh fuck. Because it wasn't... I was nervous to get caught with a blood bath, basically. So it wasn't that I'm out of pain saying, oh fuck. I'm saying, oh fuck, this is gonna not end good if the teacher catches me. So I pull it out and then blood starts spewing out in like... It's not even a puddle, it's like... It's very quickly overflowing to like my wrist and then behind my wrist. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put my sleeve there, hold my hand over that spot very tightly to try to stop the blood from coming out. And understandably, my benchmate was fucking horrified. So he suggested at least 15 times that I should go talk to the teacher and go to the medical room, but I was like, no, you can leave that aside. You don't need to. So he made an excuse. Oh, he wanted to go to the bathroom, so I let him out because I was seeing because a bench was like on the side of the wall at the edge of the classroom. Our row on the bench it was right beside the wall. So he was sitting on the inside of the bench and I was sitting on the outside. So I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And when he started talking to the teacher, it was like the third seat on the fourth row. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna rat me out. So I literally go up to him. Yes, I literally go up to him, and in front of the teacher while he was trying to say it, I was like, oh, shut your mouth. I put my hand on his mouth, and he's trying to put it down. We continue this fucking comedy routine for the next minute, and the teacher is fed up. She's like, let him speak. Understandably frustrated with my clown behavior. And the entire rest of the class is confused. They're just looking at us weird. And she was a little bit more frustrated because the kid right behind us was like having a killer headache and just bawling his eyes out. So the teacher thought that the benchmate was gonna talk about that or give some information about that, like we may have to call his parents so that he can go home, you know, to come to pick them up in school. But no, and then the bomb was delivered and it exploded. The teacher was like, did I hear you right? You stabbed yourself. Like, it was the most incredulous I had heard my English teacher. She was completely flabbergasted. Because, like, at a certain point, if somebody else harms you, okay, that's understandable. Because apparently, for my school, that was such a foreign concept. It was just like, what the fuck? It was almost like your brain not quite computing what you just did kind of reaction. So my teacher was incredulous and she was like, go to the medical room quick. So yeah, I went there. Not even the medical room, because our school had like a hospital attached to it, because I don't know, the owners of the school were the same and they also owned the private hospital next to it. So as a kid or going to that school, it was a private school. You got, if there are like some simple injuries that can't really be treated in the medical room, you'd just be like, okay, go to the hospital. You'll be treated for free most of the time if it's nothing too serious. That's at least what I remember. But yeah, when I say that, that's it. Okay, when I say that out loud, my school was interesting in quotations. But yeah, we had to ask permission from the principal, not the principal, the headmistress of the school, and she was just like, she was asking in a very gentle way. When somebody else does it, I understand, but why did you do it to yourself? Like a very gentle way, trying to understand why did I even do it, and I just started bawling my eyes out. Not because of the pain, but because at the time I was very much afraid of the headmistress, as a lot of younger kids in primary were, because the infamy was propagated by our teachers at the time. So yeah, it's it was it was interesting. It was interesting, let's just say. Yeah, I think I'll just keep you there. Cooper, go in there. But yeah, I started bawling my eyes out, and it was mainly because of the fact that, yeah, it was simply mainly because of the fact that, I couldn't really do anything else. Out of fear, that's all. So yeah, that was an interesting day, I remember. So she just automatically assumed I was crying out of pain. So she was like, okay, quickly go to the hospital, get patched up. And so I went to the private hospital attached to the private school. I got patched up, and yeah, it was pretty simple. I think it took a bit for the whatever they were. I think they were a clinical assistant. I don't think they were a doctor. They might have been a doctor. I don't know. Might be not. They weren't a nurse, but there was like a small little cubicle where they saw me. So yeah, that was interesting. I got all patched up, and then then this story spread around basically in my entire year, and then 1 year above. So basically on 2 entire years, on like 8 to 10 different sections, I became suddenly on one day became the most famous person in my grade, and then 1 or 2 grades above. So yeah, that was an interesting story. And I remember after I had gotten the fucking bandage, it hurt more. And obviously our class teacher was very concerned, because at that point, at least here where I live, you always have a class teacher. There's no, like the American education system, where starting from high school onwards, or junior high, I don't remember what it is, but you start being in different classes according to a time schedule, and you go to different classes where the teachers would be teaching, because you have different rooms for that. They didn't have that. It was like 1 grade, the teacher would come to your classroom, teach it, and then go back and proceed to teach the next class until the school ends, basically. And yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. Okay. But yeah, I distinctly vaguely remember. No, I vividly remember during lunchtime, my class teacher was extremely concerned, and she wanted to ask, like, do you want to go home? Should I call your parents? I'm like at literally the back of the class in my friend circle, just being like, no, ma'am, I have never felt better in my life. I think back in 3rd and 4th grade, I was a little bit of an outspoken secondary, or like 2nd or 3rd class clown of the class, which would be. I was like one of the students where if I cracked jokes, I would rarely crack jokes, but when I did, you bet they would gonna become like an instant highlight, and the whole class is gonna be laughing. Funny on how that turned out when I entered middle school, and just all of that went away. For the most part, I just stuck to my friend circle, talked to them, and mostly kept to myself, aside from talking to my benchmates, because I'm literally sitting with them. What am I gonna do when I'm not studying? So yeah, it's always been interesting in that regard. It's always been interesting. Ah. There we go. Main thing I remember is I was usually the silent one on the bus. I was always looking out the window and watching the views go by. Fair enough. I do not remember a lot from my school days. Might be my brain not attempting to block it out, but some memories I have from mostly other school trips. Well, yeah, I think, at least for me, there are quite a few memories where I'm like, I can't recall it right at this moment, but I can pretty simply... Oh god. Ooh. Okay. Ramirez has died? What? Wait. Oh god. That's not good at all. But also fair enough. Ramirez got sweeped. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. The night in the back streets claims another. I need this to be done and over with, to be fair. Rose going... Okay, this is becoming a little... Well... There we go. You two go back. You two. Go back to your places, thank you. And the rain is just gonna be chilling, whatever he was chilling. But yeah, there's a lot of memories I have had related to school, specifically primary school and then middle school, basically. It's been interesting. There are things, like, at least in terms of friends and the people I hang out with, there are those things I'm thankful for. And school, at least to quite a bit of an extent, did develop my social understanding and how to socially interact with people. So, even though nowadays I'm just like, I stay in my house, I rarely go out, I just visit my bestie's place whenever we want to hang out, and that's about it, really. But I am well adjusted to the point where I can, if I want to be, I would describe myself more as an ambivert, instead of just an introvert or an extrovert. It depends on the situation, like how would I act, but if the situation really counts on me, then yes, I can be an introvert for a specific period of time. I just like to be more on the chiller side. So it's a few friends, you're hanging out with them, you're talking with them, you're going around town with them. That's the sort of comfiest vibe. That's the sort of thing I'm the most comfortable with, but yeah. At least in terms of energy, I can do both. It's going to be exhausting by doing both. I can not do both. There's an aspect where socializing is a little exhausting, especially when you're just traveling with foot around like a city or something. So physical exhaustion just adds to that. But I'm not as quickly exhausted as like some introverts might be. So yeah, I think the best term that does describe me is definitely ambivert. Ambivert in that regard. Okay, I think that has been enough of a ramble. I will now try to speedrun, but before I do that, speedrun to midnight. But before I do that, I think I'll just give me a bit. Yeah, just give me a bit. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hey, hey, boys, we're back. Hey, lads, back. We're back. I think the funniest, just continuing where we left off. I think the funniest thing for me is I can never sound like an Aussie. It feels like it's just. I think, yeah, I can tell a really exaggerated. What's it called? Aussie accent apart. Like I can tell a strong Aussie accent, but if it's a more muted one, it's I have to pay attention to be able to pick it out, you know. And I just myself, I just can't. I haven't really given it a proper try, and I did give it a proper try like 6 years ago. I was like, I don't know. It's gonna take a lot more practice if I want to be like, g'day, mate. That's all I know. I don't know. I just really can't do it. Aussie accent. Like doing a British accent is much more comfortable for me. It is a lot more comfortable for me actually. Like a whole heck of a lot more comfortable for me. And sometimes I do slip back into it, like I said before. But yeah, it's just interesting because I don't know if somebody asks me what is the most pleasant accent in terms of when you hear somebody speak it, either in narrator voice or as a voiceover voice or whatever have you, or just as in like an entertaining accent you would hear in a conversation, then I would have to say Aussie's up there. The Aussie accent is up there. It's like it is very entertaining to hear too, at least in my opinion, and because it's almost like all the Aussie Aussie videos that I have seen have been with people that kind of bring a lot of energy with that accent, and it's charming. At least in my opinion, it's pretty charming. The British accent is like the Queen's English British accent as like a narration of a voiceover or like a narration of a book. I can fall asleep to that. But yeah, I think that's and yeah, the funniest, I think the funniest, at least for me, is the Scottish accent. Oh lord, that is that is trying to make heads and tails at least a little bit. The even extreme version is the thick Irish accent, because I'm like, what, they're still speaking English? That's... I think the Irish accent, the strong Irish accent just starts becoming so out there, or like so as a dialect. It's such a strong dialect. I'm like, are you even speaking English? What is going on here, Yoko? The Scottish and the Irish, yeah, the Irish are great lads, and the Scottish are like, I think I have heard the Scottish accent quite a few times, whenever I was curious. So if you have somebody speak in a strong Scottish accent to me, I would able to be work out more of what they're saying compared to an Irish accent, because it just feels like, what? Sorry? But yeah, what is going on here, Cole? In my corporation, I allow my employees to pop a can of beer every time they do a successful, what's it called, work result with, or ALF level entities. It's always interesting. It's just that Cedric, the head of the safety team captain, has been given special privilege to pop beer while doing the tests on the Snow Queen. Yeah, that's been about it, really. And also, we're going to be doing the midnight cheese for the most part to see if we can do it. Really, that's it. To see if we can do it. If midnight, yes, the midnight white night cheese, the green midnight white night cheese, where we just let the green midnight just get over them. There's a small risk constantly of growing a beard. What are you referring to? Hey, crap! What am I gonna call Welsh with the shrimp boy? You know, I don't know. Like, like as like on principle, I don't want to drink alcohol, but I've always, I think I have seen too much content around alcohol to where there's gonna be a point in my life where I'm gonna get too curious and I'm gonna have a shot of something, and of course something very lighter, like 10% or like 30 to 50%. But yeah, in place of one C, you have an Aleph. In the place of one C. White Knight tends to switch around places, if you didn't know. So at the start of every day, White Knight would switch his place around every single time. So yeah, that's how it normally goes. Secondly, how do you not have a tool in info department? Because White Knight has done so much fucking switching in my department since day 11 onwards, whenever I do a day, that's why every one of the abnormalities just gets shuffled around. So, for example, White Knight's here. The next day onwards, you take the place of another abnormality, and that abnormality will go on White Knight's place. So there you go. But yeah, about and also, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hopefully you've been having a good day. Did you have a good time on stream with the rest of us? I tried alcohol once, reaffirmed my utter loathing for it, and baffed on how people like it. I mean, there are multiple ways to drink alcohol. That's the thing, right? There's the hard liquor, there's the sweet liquor, there's like wine, there's whiskey, there's vodka, there's there's like gin, there's sake, there's other things, and then there's the fact that you don't just drink it hard on the rocks. For a lot of people, it's either you have a soda or something else to water it down a bit, and then also add in the ice. I think the most interesting to me in terms of drinks that I would actually want to try instead of just alcohol would be cocktails. Because that sounds like a really fun and great mixture of turning something either very sweet or giving it a very different flavor while having it be alcoholic and not just alcohol. So that's the one thing at least about alcohol that I'm curious about, that I would like to try one day, and especially mocktails. Even if I'm like, nah, I don't want to try cocktails, I want to try mocktails, because man, the drink from an experienced bartender making a fruit-based non-alcoholic drink sounds delicious. I don't know. It sounds delicious because some of the skills that these bartenders have, I have respect for them, no? I have absolutely respect for them. I have neighbors that get wasted all the time, and I know how alcohol screws that. Oh, in hell am I drinking that stuff? Hey, completely fair. I am, like, I'm not telling people to get drunk. I'm simply telling people to be like, oh, just get a bit tipsy and then stop. I think they are very much times, because it's weird because I used to have I had a weird distaste against alcohol, in the fact that of course it can become an addiction, and of course as the responsible adult you should be the one to know your limit and know when to control it. But more so because of out of that distaste for the alcohol, I had a distaste for drunkards, which I'm seeing the fair share of my drunkards, of like the drunkards I have seen and how problematic they can be. But it's like, well, it's not always the case. You can treat a drunkard with kindness. They're still human beings at the end of the day. There's just, unfortunately, a lot of them are in a state where just the certain parts of their brain are just not really waking up properly, or properly working in a state where they would be conscious enough to make responsible decisions, which is also fair. But yeah, everything should be in moderation. It's ironic that it feels like the drunkards can often give off a homey atmosphere. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're not drunk, or like completely blackout, or you're completely incoherent, you're not even speaking English anymore, it does feel like if you are to like it's like one of the things you do. It's like you don't have any bad traits accompanied with it, like abusive or anything of the like. It can be where it's just, people drinking, being drunk, and opening up to others, having a good conversation. I think there's a value in that uh, culture, at least drinking culture, in my opinion. But it's not something I will personally be taking a part in with like straight alcohol. It's something I want to try once and be like, yeah, I tried it for the sake of trying it. And I'm probably gonna end up being like one of the people who go to bars just to get a mocktail. Because, hey, some of it looks very delicious to drink. But yeah, I think that's enough rambling on alcohol, because I don't know. It's probably because I hadn't really seen a proper bar, as in the pub, like a pub or something, a culture around it, or like a live video demonstration. I knew, yeah, it was a thing. I was never really curious enough to like form an image in my head. Okay, what exactly would go on in a bar or a place like that? So yeah, after seeing that, after seeing how, in the respectful places, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I want to try that sometime in the future if I get any opportunity to. But yeah, that's all. I think I've thoroughly exhausted the topic. I've definitely thoroughly exhausted the topic there. And let me know, Pep, my only thoughts about is it's a place for fights or football. I see. Because wait, because I just remember a pub and a bar are different, right? A pub is more so. Okay, what's the difference between a pub and a bar aside from just the pub being a British bar? I don't know. Can somebody explain to me? Or is it just a colloquial term where you just call bars a pub? But I feel like British people have made distinctions between a pub and a bar. Or is it just something very regional? Because the pub culture is quite a bit different than, let's say, if you go to a bar. That's why it's also different? It has a different cultural meaning? Is that why? Or, I mean, is that the difference? So to speak? No. Nope. I'm clicking the wrong things. There we go. Alright, let's prepare for it. Let's go. Cooper. And Rose. Pansy. Bonbon. Did I send? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did send somebody in. I think it was Ruby. Yeah, I'll just send her in again. In that case, Dexter, Bork, London. I just love the fact that we, for today's stream, we have a person named London. It's bloody fantastic. Great coincidence. Okay, so who's the people whining here? That, of course. Everybody and their mum has to whine now. All of the problematic abnormalities all in one place. Jesus Christ. Okay, so what do I do? Great question. What do I do? I feel like I should... Because Ramirez is dead, unfortunately. think I'm gonna try to plan out if I can do anything. Hopefully. Let me see. Justice. Justice is high. I'd really assume it being high. I really hope it's quite high. Because I don't want to deal with Snow White's apple and then have fucking... yeah, the Red Riding Hood, the little Red Riding Hood, the big Red Riding Hood, or the mercenary Red Riding Hood escape. Okay, so Nare, you would do a good job, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you do a good job. Sure. You're literally the closest person there. Oh, fuck. Do not have a normal work result, I swear to God. That is not going to end up well for me. That is legitimately not going to end up well for me. Little Red Riding Hood and mercenary. You know what, Cooper. Are you even going to be able to get there in time? But you know what? No. You know what? No. I think Cooper should go here, and Cedric should be the one to go here. Yes. So we can avoid some other things happening. Accidentally, at least. Cut. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna try to look at you, and hopefully it goes fine. Yeah. Okay, where's for you? You're there. Joy, you're there. Oh, nice. She got Pat. Minus HP, but 8 plus SP. That's interesting. I don't know how useful SP is for you. At least for today. Might be useful later on, but like, at least for today, I don't know how useful this is. Maxwell. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, sure. Enjoy. Get in. Ooh, 20 seconds. Should be fine, I feel like. Yep, okay. Nice. We handled everything properly. Lovely. That's gonna be normal work result. Workday complete. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's have at thee. Let's have at thee. Anything else I need to worry about? Nothing. Lovely. Lovely. There we go. Awesome. Joey, go back, and Maxwell, go back. We need everybody else here. Be in your positions. Surely we're gonna get green midnight for today. For the day, please. Where's... Oh, oh, I just remembered. Oh, have you heard the term where what is it? Whiskey? Is whiskey used as like a medical? Is like a home remedy? You can drink a bit of that so it would stop your cough, or it would slowly heal your cough, or your cough would get better by drinking like a little bit of whiskey. Because I know this from like one of my father's friends literally recommended that and had like a bottle of whiskey with a little bit left in. I don't know if it was their bottle or they just poured it in. So they gave a bit of bottle in that bottle of whiskey and it's still sitting there in the upper cupboard in the kitchen. It's still sitting there in the upper cupboard of the kitchen, and it's fucking. It's been what? It's been 4 years since then, and nobody has ever touched that bottle. My father has never touched that bottle. I think he tried once, and he was like, I don't even know what was the result before going to sleep. And it's just sitting there. I don't know. Has it expired? Who knows? I haven't looked at it properly, but it's still there. So we do have a bottle of whiskey with it, like, I don't know, a 100 millimeters or like 50 millimeters of whiskey in it. Oh my god. Yeah, go back. Ah. You know, I've had. I'm gonna be honest. At least for the last 4 years, I think there have been 2 days where I was like, "Huh, I kinda wanna." In the case of not knowing when it's expired or just too strong, I don't know. I kind of want to taste it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think I should. Like, it's simply out of curiosity. Like, there have been days where I'm like very curious, and there has been like large periods of time where I just forget, oh, that bottle does exist in our house. We do have it on hand with the tiniest bit in it. Oh man. And I just think this is the first time I'm telling the story as well on stream. But yeah, alcohol medicines back in the day, and it really is to this day. It's just a higher percentage of alcohol because people know the chemicals and how to manipulate chemicals, reactions and stuff like that, right? So, is there an expiration date on the bottle to check? Wait, should I check it right now? I mean, I could literally do that right now. I could literally do that right now. I think my parents would look at me in a very questioning glance if I took the bottle out and I was like, what? And they'll probably ask, "What are you doing?" But I just say, I wanted to check it out, because our family is like very much straight to the box. We don't do anything. We are good, upstanding citizens. No real addictions aside from me having a YouTube addiction, but that's pretty normal. Then yeah, we're pretty much the most normal. We're pretty much we're a pretty normal family. Basically, what I'm trying to say here. Be straight ahead to the box. The expiration date would be straight to the box. I don't know. Should I check? Now I'm curious. Now, because of this topic, my curiosity is rising slowly but surely. Should I check, lads? Like, I'm curious now too. Has it expired or is it still drinkable? You know what? It should be here because I don't think the bottle had been thrown out. That you'd only be the ones curious about the answer. You know what? Yeah, I'm a little too curious. Let's see. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. We're back. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, hello. The suspense is killing me. So hello, we're back. Yeah. So let me explain. I got to the bottle. There was no expiration date. There was only like a bit less than a, the medical cup you'd get, like a small bottle of medicine, like a liquid medicine, and it had like a plastic bottle where it'd be like, oh yeah, the max you can fill it up is 10 milliliters. I mean, yeah, it was like that. It was like 20 milliliters of whiskey, and then I added like 30 milliliters more of just water on top of it, and then drank it. So yeah, there you go. So we're here. Jesus Christ. Yes, I drank it. Yes, this was. Yes, it was bitter. Yes, it smelled like nail polish, which is, to be fair, alcohol tends to do. And the only thing that took me so long is the fucking fact that I ended up having a semi-serious conversation with my mom about alcohol, and how if you have a healthy habit around it in moderation, it is good, and we kind of need to. I was finding the perspective of a stigma that alcohol is always and always will be bad, because alcohol is an yeah, you know what? I should have brought up the point of alcohol is also used in cooking, and that's not bad. So yeah, that conversation took a little too long for my taste, but yeah, we're here. We're here. We're chilling. Hello. What were you all talking about? Alcohol makes for some great spaghetti balls. Ah, nice. But yeah, I drank it, and it was still bitter after like having it on the ratio of like 2 to 3, like 2 being alcohol and 3 being water. And then I drank it. It was bitter, and then it also kind of it warmed my throat. I can see how as in a cocktail it would work, at least for whiskey. And I am also like a if somebody ever has the chance to give me like a black coffee, I'm not going to deny it. I can drink black coffee, and I do like the bitterness in black coffee a bit. So there we go. Uh, So it was interesting drinking it and having a conversation with mum. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I did. There was no expiration date to be found, and yeah, really. I don't know what else I expected. To be fair, I legitimately don't know what else did I expect for like the flavor or anything like that. But I'm like, yeah, much more interested in mocktails. To be fair, than not the non-alcoholic drinks in bars, which is something I want to try sometime. But yeah, that conversation took a little too long. I'm not, of course, I'm not going to recap what I said, what ended up happening. I told you the general stuff. Let us continue. If we have dilly-dallied for way too fucking long here. We have definitely dilly-dallied for way too fucking long here. And I see the chat was talking about Pokemon for a bit, which is interesting. And yes, now we have, after drinking that, now we have an empty bottle of whiskey in the shelf. That's it. I think that is going to be thrown away, to be fair, pretty soon. Okay, let's continue. There we go. One more. Yep. Okay, where are we? These two. Well, that's not good. That ain't good at all. Well, at least we know it was finished, yeah. Even though there's no expiration date, at least we know it was finished. Now, Nere, where are you? You're up there. Makilla! Go ahead, and then return the thing. But yeah, taking a diluted sip of whiskey is interesting. So how long was it there? 2 years? 4 years. 4 or 5 years, actually. And from what my mother told me, this whiskey might not have had an expiration date. I don't know how long whiskey stays fresh for or drinkable, because at least on the box there was no expiration date. Like, it was written, oh, manufacturing date and everything like that, but there was no price, there was no expiration date. It was just like the label was there to write down the manufacturing date, but nothing was written on the fucking, what's it called, the box itself, which is, you know, weird. But yeah, 5 years later, whiskey. 4 to 5 years later, whiskey. Interesting, but not something I'd drink, honestly, because even then it was like, I took a diluted sip. It's definitely, I can say with confidence, not something I'd drink like on the rocks, and like I said, I'm just never interested in drinking any of that on the rocks. Okay, who do I send here? I would have to, yeah, I think I would legitimately have to send Cedric here, or else it would not be good. Maxwell, yeah, sure. I can still feel the little warmness in my throat, even though it was like only 20 milliliters. With a diluted 30 milliliters added in. Sick. Huh. Interesting. I guess that's what happens when you like, at least for the strong ones. That is what usually happens with vodka. Imagine that warmth has an attraction to many. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It did feel nice, even though it was diluted, and I think that was the point. But it did feel nice, that warmth, even though it was bitter. No wonder people add soda, but when you add soda, it's like, oh, it's a whole lot of fucking sugar as well. No, I'm just gonna snack on. I'm just gonna eat milk and bananas. I do like bananas, and I do like it in milk. It's nice to eat. As like a slosh, kind of. It's like little cut out pieces of bananas dropped into the milk and then mixed a little together, so it's kind of sloshy, but it's mainly the banana tidbits that's coming up on the milk. No sugar here, because the banana already kind of does its job there. Okay, so what else? I think it would be Maxwell, yeah. Honestly. Maxwell, wait. There you are. Go ahead. Joy. Right, who should drink a cannibal cheers? Hana, drink a cannibal cheers. You're gonna do great. Katya. Yeah, do that. And I think we're good to go. Because then it would be Joy. And then here, I can be like, yay, it's disciplinary team, or it's welfare team. It's disciplinary team. No, welfare team, actually. Haru, experience some attachment for that fella. Punishing bird escape, nobody cares. Right? Nobody cares. This thing, I don't really... Yeah, okay. We're good. We're all good. We're good. We're good. By the way, this feels a little weird. Like, eating, like, this banana mixed meal right off the alcohol, it's like, do you know how a nail paint smells like? Which usually is the alcohol smell, sometimes. Depending on the alcohol, I guess, but still. A whiskey tasted like nail paint to me. And, it's paint, nail paint, and I think it's also nail paint remover. All of them have a very strong and similar smell. So it's weird, but when I was younger, I could vividly imagine the taste of what nail paint would be, which is something absurd to say out loud. But it just got reaffirmed today by drinking that diluted whiskey, like a sip of whiskey. I mean. And I'm eating milk bananas on top, and it's like, man, that taste, the back of my throat, and on some of my taste buds, is getting reaffirmed every now and then. Every time I take a bite, like a slurp. It's chunky. So bite is more accurate. Where? Ooh. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I think, yeah, everything's good. Hopefully. Oh, wow. We barely escaped with our sanity there. Dang. Yeah, probably should have sent somebody else in, to be fair. How's it working out? We haven't even gone to midnight yet because I was so busy having a British accent and just being completely all over the place, a ramblemaniac for most of the stream, and then for a little bit we were hunting down the whiskey bottle that we had in the house with like 20 milliliters of whiskey. I added 30 milliliters of water, took a big sip, and yeah. No, I'm here. It tasted interesting, diluted whiskey, let me tell you. Not something I'd normally drink. And before that, we were on the discussion of alcohol. And the different... Like how I would love to try a mocktail once. Not really a cocktail, because that's the alcoholic version, right? A non-alcoholic... mixed drink is a mocktail on a bar. That's usually what we were talking about, and how people can get very addicted and very drunk. But when you're doing things in moderation, I think it's fine. It's a fine way to enjoy stuff, at least in my opinion. And at least I want to state right now, seeing everything in black and white is kind of a little, I don't know, it's just a little the world isn't exactly completely in black and white all the time. So, yeah. Because I think I was agreeing with Callum Murphy's point of some drunkards being pretty homey, given that, of course, they don't really have any bad habits or like they're not abusive and stuff like that. And I did agree on that point there. Joy. Where do I send you? But yeah, that's all we've been going through. And yeah, that bottle of whiskey that was in the house, yeah, that was the last drop. And one of my father's friends recommended that last drop of whiskey when he had what's it called? Chat overlays broken. Let me see. When he had bad cough, like 4 to 5 years ago. So that was given then. And since then, nobody has touched the whiskey. Like, my father, I think, took a few drops of it, like, took a few sips of it before going to bed for, like, a few days, and that was it. Going to pub for a meal is something I often do, and while I don't like alcohol myself, it's nice seeing a bunch of people just stop. Yeah. Like, my main point there, because, hey, there is, at least where I live, so yeah, so nobody touched the alcohol. Let me finish that part first. So yeah, I was curious to see its expiration date. Hunted down the bottle, saw it has no expiration date. Uh, Out of curiosity, I drank the last remaining bit, and I went into a conversation with my mother about alcohol and how it's just extremely bad and something like that. So I was kind of doing a bit more of a pushback that if you have control over yourself and you can handle yourself well, and it's just something you do sometimes to enjoy as a way of socializing without getting as drunk but just tipsy. I think there's no harm in it. You're not really harming yourself that much, and you're not really harming anybody else. You're just having more of a good time, and just always kind of always stereotyping drunkards, like people who do enjoy alcohol, is not a good thing, and seeing everything in like black and white. Because I do understand the point of like social pressure of drinking alcohol when you are in those sorts of situations and how it could be awkward, but still, you kind of have to think about this stuff. And if you do know about this stuff and you do think about it clearly, hey, I say you do you. You enjoy your stuff. That was really my conversation, because my mom did get a bit concerned, and I was just drinking it out of curiosity, and then it led to an entire conversation that I won't say what exactly we talked about, but that was the general point. Because I disagree with the whole premise of every single habit. It's quite dangerous just because it kind of unmoderates itself by its own effect. Yeah, definitely. You need to definitely be extremely strict with alcohol and stuff. So I understand that way, but kind of like I I dislike the attitude of oh, every single addiction starts with like curiosity or trying it out. That's how people get addicted. I'm like, yes, that's how it starts, but there has to be much better ways of dealing with addiction than just throwing the addicted person under the bus if they're not doing anything, and then stereotyping everything to what's it called? Stereotyping every single person as like whoever drinks alcohol, hence you're a bad person. I think that's a bit much in my opinion. And if you do have a good handle on yourself and you have good impulse control, you can moderate yourself better, then I don't see much harm in trying or sometimes doing it. Of course. Does start, yeah, and that was my point. Like, yes, it starts with curiosity, but not everybody who tries it are just like, nah, not for me, ends up becoming addicted, because that's just not how addiction works. And that was like one of the main things I was talking to mum about. Like, after that taste test, I'm like, yeah, alcohol's not for me. But the bar with which, the important part of Vice is having support and moderation. Of course, of course. That's literally the most important part. So we're not doing any favors to the addicted people who are trying to get out of their addiction by by grouping them up with bad people of society that work in the underside of society in crime and criminal life. Like, are we really trying to help that person, or is that stereotype just going to harm him more? And aren't a few people by that logic just going to end up being like, oh, if if the views of society have already been so fucking imposed on me, and they say it does lead to what's it called? It does lead to just everything, just having a bad habit. Like, being an alcohol and being a bad person are two very interconnected things. And apparently, in some people's minds, it cannot be a separate thing. Because I can give many examples. There are many people who are bad people. They don't ever drink alcohol, and there are many people who are good people uh, that drink alcohol, but it's become a bit of an addiction. Or some people who can be moderated. You know, they can control themselves, and they're not gonna give in to social pressure of wherever they are, even if they do go out with friends, to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink just because I'm being pressured to drink. And it's something that should be taught with an open mind and should be approached as an issue with not such a black and white perspective. That's all I'm saying. That was the entire conversation I had with Mum, really. It was I think there were times where, like, I could have worded it better, but that was the overall uh, point I was trying to get it across. Black moments. What do you mean, Cal Murphy? Because I'm also aware, like, everybody handles alcohol much differently. Like, somebody can get very drunk just from, like, a single shot, and some people can be like, oh, I'm fine. I'm not even feeling that tipsy after like 4 or 5 drinks. So that's definitely a part. Some people will try and drink to forget depressing moments. Of course, there is definitely a large part of it as well. That's fair to say that there is a large part of why people do drink alcohol, but yeah. I don't know, if it's something you enjoy, chemical escapism is definitely one of the most addictive reasons alcoholism can start. Yeah, definitely in that regard. I just believe that if it's completely in moderation, you are healthy, you're having a better life, and you're not using it as like a sort of escape. And you're a good person. You're not really harming yourself much or anybody else. It's but then you're going into psychology of addiction, and that's a heavy and wordy topic. Definitely, definitely. I simply say we should treat it more as a nuanced issue that it actually is, instead of seeing everything as black and white. That's all I want to say, and that can be applied to a lot of topics. To be fair. Anyways, the chunky banana and milk is definitely nice to eat. 𝙒𝙚𝙞𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 Strict. By the way, this is the first attempt. In the last 2.5 hours, we really haven't done anything else. We've just been getting sidetracked every single time. Love the fact that we have a person named London, even though I've said this like so many times already. Yeah, we haven't even seen them yet, basically. You're just sitting in the office of manager office, Paul the thing, basically. Hana, sure. The wonders of time travel. Joy. TT protocol. Ah, okay, that's what you were referring to. I was like, what, huh? What do you mean wonders of time travel? Yeah, fair enough. Next, we'll show you. There you go. That's two. Okay, just one. Nobody else. Right, let's prepare for the dusk. Let's prepare for the dusk. Let us indeed prepare for the dusk. Oh, right, I should have said... Dang it, I should have put Cedric down there. Okay. Yeah, Cedric should come back down there. Yep, punishing bird down here. I was wondering what I was hearing in Minecraft. Bong bong. Time has come. Do it. Do it. It's interesting. Okay, should I try to tackle the dusk? Because at that point, it's just going to be the thing kills White Knight, and then we use a backwards clock to get rid of midnight, I think. I think that's how it works, yeah. That's how it should work, at least. It's not like a red midnight where it would... I don't even know what red midnight is, but it's not like red... where if you backwards clock the dusk, it just... you're gone. It would just put it to like a previous dusk. Like put it to like a previous... yeah, it would go to back to the HE, then red noon, then it would go back to red... I mean, because of... Oh, midnights tend to be immune to the clock. Oh, well, fuck. I thought I had an interesting, easy way out, but apparently not. Alright. Let me throw this in the sink. I'll be right back. There you go. we're back. Let's see. Fuck, chat is broken again. We have an easy way out of the dusk. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm just gonna trigger the dusk and do that. Yeah, chat's broken again. Fuck. Let me just do that. And then do that. There we go. Yay. Yeah, I think I'll just do this. Where's going? I'll send people in where we must reach. Go ahead. I'm not even gonna let the... Yeah, I'm not even gonna let these fellas do anything about it. Fucking orange midnight. Lovely. Well... I do figure the next one is gonna go a lot faster than this, so... Well, isn't that lovely, huh? Orange midnight. Because of course it had to be. Of course it had to be orange midnight. I think I just restarted, right? 0% energy quota. Wait, what? Oh my god! Oh, by the way, these things are now dead. Technically. Oh yeah, never... Oh yeah. Never use backwards clock while... what's it called? While these peeps are still spawning. Because then you get glitches like this. This thing's in a dead state, by the way. Cannot be targeted, cannot be done anything. Nothing can be done about it. And this is the same bug that we experienced beforehand with the dusk, orange dusk. And the music will not go away. The immortal nightmares have personally manifested. Let's go. Like, look at this. There's still a fear value here. It's not attacking. The weird thing is... the fear meter is still working. It's not attacking. It can't be targeted, because if I choose this, it literally can't be targeted. The game is treating it as if it's dead. It's not like the Dusk one, which was, you know, the dead Dusk abnormality, ordeal, was spawning in new, lower TEF, H-E, TEF, yeah, TEF, those orange things, which was actually hurting people. Could be in its rest phase. Did it just get stuck in its rest phase? Because that's interesting. It's not showing signs of doing anything else, which is interesting. There's only this thing that's alive right now somehow. I don't know how, but it's alive. It's going out there. This playthrough, by the way, has just been... I have found so many bugs as a result, where it's just like, man, that's a lot of bugs that I found. Yeah, right, these fellas spawned in, that's why. But yeah, now this can never be cleared up. It literally cannot never be cleared up until the end of the day. But yeah, let's reset the day. Basically, until and unless the things have fully spawned in, do not do backwards clock. Let everything spawn in fully first for the dusk, and then do backwards clock, because, man, it is not good. Okay, this should be the run. I'm gonna do one more try. If we aren't able to do it, then we'll move on from the next stream onwards. So we won't talk about it. We won't talk about today's stream where I was excessively British. So there you go. Also, that's a good sign. That's actually a great sign. That's actually a fantastic sign, even if I dare say, in information. Also, I like the fact that like 30 minutes after I drank the diluted whiskey, my brain, like, my head is like, huh, something's happening in the head. It's not quite in headache, but it's like, huh. I feel these head muscles, or maybe like below the muscles, something twitching up. You know, it's like a long precursor to a headache. That's what I felt, and it's strange. It's strange. Well, I guess I figured out that no, I'm not good. Maybe it's more to do with the fact that that thing might have been expired. Who knows? I drank like 4 to 5 years ago after, right? You know what I'd say? We just fortitude inside as many people qualify as a precaution. Make sure you're not dehydrated. It was like 20 milliliters of 20 milliliters of whiskey and then 30 milliliters of water combined. No, I'm not dehydrated. I'm drinking my water pretty much on time. Actually, quite a bit for today, because whenever I stream, I need the water, and I do make sure to drink it. I don't know, it might be some other reason, because I refuse to believe that would happen to me, but it's like, it would be wild if that happened to me. Yeah, that's all. Okay, let's go. We fortitude and insight as many people to level 5 as a precaution. That's... Well, we're just gonna have to go with the day now, aren't we? We're just gonna have to go with the day now, aren't we? Unfortunately, before reading that, I clicked OK and continue. There you go. Yuri, there you go. Cooper, I should probably... It's a major risk, but it's a risk we hope we will miss. Yeah. Basically. Ray, you can go on the floor. There you go. Cedric, you can come down here. There you go. Everybody else, just be there, really. Just be there. Yeah, I think Ruby's also just fine being here. There you go. Rose is literally the only person that needs to stay here, so there. Keep everybody here. Awesome. Alright, let's start doing stuff. A can of wild cheese, am I gonna do that? Nope. Straight up, nope. And Maxwell, I think you are completely fine here. And then Joy, you're fine here. Maybe, actually, you know what, Joy, you're fine here. But still, you're gonna be working with this thing. Maxwell's gonna be working with this. And somebody needs to work with So Cedric, you're gonna be working with the Queen, Ice Queen. Oh, the heart. The heart. I should have... I should have him take the heart. Cooper, where are you? Take the heart. You're gonna need it. Basically gonna need it. For whatever you do end up doing. Okay. Let's start properly doing anything. Anything and everything. Let's start properly doing it. Pens, sure. Dexter, sure. Rock. London. Alright. Ruby. There we go. This should basically shoot us past yellow. Fair enough. Oh, where's the middle towns? Well, that's not a good thing, you know, is it? Cooper, you're gonna do great here today. So glad you came down here. Joy. Ah. The next stream should be, if I am right. Yeah, if you're enjoying this, first of all, I should get that out of the way. If you're enjoying this, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps for the channel a ton, and I really appreciate all the support I've been getting so far. Even though it may not be much, I've been enjoying it most of it myself. Not gonna lie. But yeah, the other thing is, the next one should be a Limbus Company stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it though. I'll see. Because I don't think I'm pulling for any identities at the minute. So it's probably gonna be either Refraction Railway 6 or maybe Refractorial. It's probably gonna be Refraction Railway 6 if I'm really honest. So we'll see. We'll see how and what it ends up being. There you go. Nice. Now there's quite a bit to do in Refraction Railway. Right, Cedric still needs to... Wait, no, not Cedric, Cooper. Yeah, Cooper still needs to do this. Ruby. Refractual is currently how's our burn and poise teams? Okay, if that's the case, then I'll just stay away from Refractual with that for a bit. I decided I was going to do Railway 6 once the one's fine. Fair enough. Brooke, London, and Mary. These fellas. Cartier, sure. I wanted a new facade, so I did the refract trial. Fair enough. Where is it? Where is it? No. Maxwell. And then Insight on Joy. Easy got the exclusive reward without those, so this is just actually just a damage type weakness to paste around the event. But you do need multiple teams. Yeah, I only have a single team. I only have a single team at level 60. Unfortunately. And I haven't had the urge to play it, so I don't play it. So Angel Noise. I mean, two or three teams mandatory. Wait, does it? I feel like you have a few teams. I mean, my main team is I mean, I guess I can say technically maybe have 2 teams. Yeah. I think. I did somehow manage to get. Yeah. Because we did manage to do them right. Insight. Oh, doubt. Well, hopefully you don't disappoint me, Ella. You don't disappoint me, hopefully. There we go. As soon as people come out, it should be fine. It should be fine. Really should be fine. There we go. So a little bit next to you for me. Ah. Sedge. Where's the... These clerks are putting a lot on the line, huh? Interesting. There you go. Nice. Yeah, Cooper, go back. Cooper, when the fuck did you take the heart? Wait, wait, had Cooper already taken the heart? I just made him return it. I can't tell. Literally, okay. You know what? Sure. Ooh, a season 7 ticket. Okay. Now you have me interested. Now you have me interested. Sure. Okay, I think people are back to where they were, yeah. Nice, now let's continue. Punishing bird. Okay. Maxwell. Joy. Cedric. Bong Bong. Pansy. Rose. Ruby. Dexter. Brooke. London. Mary. There we go. Pinky Sinclair. I want to pull on the thumb units, but well, because it's near refractional wavy too, I guess. Oh, right. That had a read on. Wasn't 2 the worst one? Or which one was the worst one, actually? Excluding 6 and 5, I guess. Oh. 2 was the worst, but it sounds like they made it better. Okay. Alright. Good to see if that's the case. Not really Mary. OG2 was abysmal. Fair enough. And you do have more powerful units to tackle things, right? So it's not too big a deal, I think. Maxwell. Okay, so I can ignore that, and you know what, Cedric? Do this. Kinda, and then return it immediately. Yes. There you go. Lovely. So you had to fight HP sponges. It had looping gimmick, and the enemies were very tanky, so you had to fight HP sponges like 4 times. Yeah, more primitive than anything. Steam's transport machine. Well, that does sound like a time. A time of not fun, I say. Oh, fuck. What? Wait, I forgot to look at the guy. What? But what the fuck? Frankenstein. Wait, how many died? Wait, how did they die? What? Oh. Oh, wait, what? It's only one. It's at only one place, right? One quick, one quick. I mean, that's interesting. Whoa! Hold on. Okay. I guess it's just going at places? An eye on it? Is that why? Might be confused. Did it come down? Okay, how many died? Ramirez is dead. Christopher, Daniel, so that's 3. Not 9 dead. I wanted to look at it. That's why. What the fuck? It's been... Wait, is that just a permanent decoration now? Okay, do these have any effects or... What the hell? 2 goes 1, 2, 3. 5 pulse 1, 2. And then let's see. Huh. Okay, I'm never working with this thing ever again. If I can help it, and I'll try to keep the thingy in my line of sight. Hopefully none of the, hopefully none of the other people got too damaged there. Where was it? Yay. Yeah, just need to buy that. Oh, right, I forgot to buy everything. Right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough in that case. Where is the... No, not that. All of our gear was nuked beforehand. So there's that thing. Yeah, that's still on. There we go. Quarantined insta-death. Ah. Everybody in the Rose's department is dead. Is it just insta-death in whatever department it decides to show up in? Because that's morbid. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to interact with the child. We're not going to interact with the child. London is the only one left. Oh, London, do your job. Oh, God. Everybody in training team except for one as well isn't finished it. I guess Mason? Sure. Oh, nobody's here. Current camera view. Okay. Adam, sure. Ricky. Bong Bong. Cooper. Cozy Cafe, Minecraft place. Nice. Nice. Cozy Cafe. Yeah, Cedric. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. Good to go. Have you read the extended stories on the abnos? No, I have not touched any of them. I have not, in fact and indeed, touched any of them. Yeah, I always had at the back of my mind, yeah, I gotta look at this guy if I want to work with him. It's just for that instance, I got sidetracked and then just got distracted. So we didn't end up looking at the thing. Okay. Please. Okay, go ahead with London. Kind of want to see the dusk. Right, we haven't even seen the moon, so why the fuck do I want to see the dusk already? Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just gonna say, Hannah, go ahead and take a can of world cheers, because who knows what the hell is that gonna do? Cedric. Okay, who can? I guess Joy? Maxwell's here. Yeah, Joy. Go in there. You'll be fine. That was Maxwell. Oh, hey, yeah, Maxwell ended up being closer. Fair enough. Yeah, these two can be ignored. No repercussions there. Alright, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Cooper, there you go. Rose. Adam, Ricky, yep. Ruby. Adam. London. We're gonna be working towards noon. It should be fine. What? What? Oh, wait. Does that just spawn in whatever the hell I'm looking? Yeah, because when did this spawn? We should have a story time section on these streams. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Right. Maxwell. Gotcha. Yeah. Alright, lovely. No, we just need to wait a bit. We just need to wait a bit for everybody to come back. Then we can send somebody to work with ones in 100 days and take care of you for noon. Hopefully this time at least, so we get Green Midnight and we're able to give it a honest to goodness a try. Or else I'm probably going to have to do this on my own time. And then the next Lobotomy Corporation session is just going to be moving forward because I don't know what else to do. Okay. Let's start the countdown. I mean, let's just start it, not even a countdown. To be fair. Right, where is it? If I remember this one. Lovely. Okay. Alright. Now it's time to move out. Right, nobody's there. So let's do that. Let's put Rose in. Let's put Cooper in here. Yeah, Cooper should be able to get there. There shouldn't be any difficulties there. Yep. Take care of this thing. Anything else? Nope. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3. Huh? Only 3? Okay, wait. There's 4 normally, right? Or did it kill something? And I'm just not aware about it. So, okay, I guess I'll just accept it. Punishing versus escaping. So that thing escaped from there. Where are we next? Where are we next? Hey, we're here. How many escaped? Of course. Okay. I like that in numbers they gave the sinner some unique death poses according to the abnos. Ah, do you mean in battle? Because I haven't really noticed that. But fair enough, if that's the case. It's cool. well. Okay, come on. Come on, the next one should be dusk. It's gonna be Meltdown fucking 7. After that one, so come on, mate. Come on, mate. Let's do this. Let's do this. Adam. Ryuki. Bonbon. It mainly happens with railway abnos. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense then. Queen Ebony Queen and Doomsday Clock also have it. Nice. Okay. Contemptor. Ah. Yeah, I've never died to Contemptor, so I legitimately wouldn't know what was the death animation there, or what would be the death animation there. To be fair. Okay, it's orange dust. So yeah. Okay. All right, I got it. What else is escaping? These two, it's fine. These. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. Hana. Katya. Who the fuck goes in here? Haru, yes. I think no one else would go. And then Cedric, you can take the... And the Ray can take it, actually. Yeah, and the Ray can take it. Cedric, yep. There we go. I just need to pay attention here. Should be fine. Okay. Took it, now return it. Nicely done, nicely done. Okay, come on. I'm just gonna pay attention there. You shouldn't die, you'll be fine, I think, at least in my opinion. Come on, you can survive. Goodbye. Nice. This desk cactus is never gonna bloom at this rate. Maybe. Yep. Fair enough. Touch it, yep, sure. Maxwell. Joy. Cedric. Cooper. Bonbon. Ryuki. Adam. Rose. Ruby. And then London. God of Thorns is more likely for us to die to these days, the death animations on here. Ah. Oh, wait. Everybody's in their chamber, right? Nothing's, I almost lost it. Okay. Nice. Now, alright, Bongbong's working. Right after that, Bongbong should go on to just be spirited away. You'll be fine. You can do your job, but even after you've been spirited away. The Lobotomy Corporation is a company that will definitely do that. turn 1, die to enemy out of 2 being dang, tons of damage. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, I think I should initiate it. I should initiate it, come on. Let's go. Punishing bird has escaped. Nobody cares. Okay. I'm gonna let everything spawn in. You know? I'm gonna let these fellas spawn their stuff. Come on. They're going around, terrorizing everybody. Okay, come on. Spawn your stuff, mate. Are they legitimately just gonna be in fucking hallways all the time? That's interesting. What the hell is that? What? Okay, I think everything's spawned. I just need Bong Bong to go in. Bong Bong, go in. Maxwell from the central department team died. Where? Oh, because Maxwell was there. Fuck. That's not good. And the food chain is done. It's purple midnight. Fucking Christ. Okay. Well, I've never seen purple midnight, to be fair. I've seen green. I've seen yellow. I've never seen purple. That's interesting. Is there a red midnight as well, or is there no red midnight? I don't know. The problem with unreliable cheese is the unreliable one. I mean, what other method of cheesing would midnight is again? What other method of cheesing is there for midnight? Good question, in my opinion. Yeah, I've turned down my accent. I'm just talking normally now. Bung is dead now. Shelter abno strike. Would that? Or are you talking about just letting everybody die? Is that what you're talking about? Let the facility just become hell for a few hours. Wait, would that really just have solved... Wait, what? Would that really just solve everything? I mean, we don't really have any ailofs, to be fair, after the fact. I mean it when I say a few hours. I see. Huh. I see. So you just have one person. Okay, question. When White Knight freaks out or goes out, if let's say one of the apostles of White Knight is in the shelter, what happens? Do they turn and then come out, or what happens? Or are they going to be one of the people who cannot be selected and hence they will be protected? They would come out, okay. So I need to hire somebody random and then shove him in. Gotcha. So basically survive till the ends of time and then have everything escape. Is what you're telling me. That's the other consistent method of doing this. Would we be able to shove someone else in? Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, I guess that's certainly a method. But unfortunately, I think I'll just go with the fucking unreliable cheese, which is unreliable for a reason, because, man, I can't really do anything about that. And I think I'm also going to end the stream, because, hey, I spent a lot of time just rambling and talking about things, and 2 tries was enough for me. I kind of want to do some other stuff. And finish WHITENIGHT Atelier, because I think the last episode 13 of WHITENIGHT Atelier Season 1, is coming out today, has come out today. So, you know. I'm probably going to binge that anime before I go to sleep. And try to sleep at a reasonable enough time. I want to see Midnight White. You know what? I do want to see it. I do want to see it, because we saw the... The only midnight I've seen is that one, right? The orange one. How many midnights are there? There are 3. Purple, orange, and then green. I think, from what I remember. Ah, fuck. Cedric is dead now. Why, you ask? Well, he's just dead. Fucking Christ. How the hell are these things alive? Okay, apparently you're just extremely unlucky if you happen to get this dusk and you use backwards clock on it. Fucking hell. Every single dang time. Legitimately. Now all the hallways are permanently dangerous. Ignore the absurd voice crack there. Okay, so what do I even do here? What can I do? To be fair, this would be an advantage against an imposter. That's true, because you really can't kill any of them. You just have to play a bit smarter. And I'm just gonna hope that you don't explode. Yeah, that's all. I'm just gonna hope you don't explode. Yeah. HP, the worms jump down there. True, true. And because these worms are in a dead state, they literally cannot be killed by the pulsals, right? At least from what the game would consider dead, so they cannot be killed. And they're just duking it out with the apostles, or harming the apostle as time goes on. But hello, Melting Love. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hopefully you've been having a good day. We'll do have a time on the stream. Okay, I'd say send another one in. we're just terrorizing everybody at this point. Cooper, there you go. Just don't be out in the hallways whenever this thing is here. Basically, moral of the story. Which is fair enough, I guess. Many repeat encounters. Spooky. Good. Yeah, let me just get everything on working. Given how the worms like to shift location. Okay, I kind of just want to send somebody in. I guess I can't really send somebody in here. Sure, Ryuki, going again. The God Delusion. What? What does that do? Excuse me, what does that do? That's... Wait, that's multiple ailofts. 1, 2, 3... What? 4 ailofts? Are you kidding me? One of them is activated. What is this? What? It's doing hair. What the fuck? Oh god. God. Oh! It heals from black damage, weak to red, endured to white, and then normal to pale. What the fuck? That's... Oh. Oh. Which one? It's different for every single thing. Oh god. Okay. I see. And then it shifts to one of the other ones, I think. Because yeah, there's one. Okay, so what's this thing? This is the thing. It's immune to red. Oh wow. This thing is immune to white. You basically have a Cthulhu as a That's crazy. How do I even... How do you even... Where do I even start? You know what? I kind of want to see what Rose would do. I legitimately kind of want to see what... Oh shit. What Rose would do. Okay. Sure. And there goes the entire team. I can't even tell. I legitimately can't even tell. Oh shit, okay. Alright, come back. Yeah, worms are doing some work on the ordeal. Jesus. Dang. I think as long as I can keep him alive. Punch. Okay, so anybody who enters this eye will just get hit by pale damage. I see. No matter who they are. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Bros, we sure we can do anything here? Oh, flip. Go there. Thank you. Ruby, everybody's dead. Okay. I feel like we can do something. Whoa! Okay, you know what? Let's fight. Let's fucking fight. Come on, Snow White's apple has broken out. So many things have broken out. The dream sheep. Oh, yeah, right. Because there are people breaking everybody out. Let's go. Let's enjoy the chaos. I only have to kind of take care of this guy. Oh god. All of my co-workers are dead. Well, sorry. Great position to have this happen to you. Burying Heaven has broken out. Oh, that's lovely, ain't it? The entire facility going to shit. I don't even know what the fuck the damage is this gonna do, but I'm gonna just move on. Oh, hello. And the Ray's dead. Everybody's dead. Yeah, everybody here is dead. Adam's inside. All my department peoples are dead. Oh, there we go. Somebody's still alive in Central Command. That's interesting. And up there, I guess. Okay. Max has... Oh, everybody has died. Next time, show those damn things no mercy. That's interesting. Please go back in. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Go back in. I wanted to do this thing. Apparently, these fellows are still dealing damage here. Which is fair. I guess I should... Yeah, I should start working on this thing here, to be fair. Yeah, fair enough. The control team has been annihilated. The only thing here is... How long is this even going to take, by the way? How long is this even going to take? This is going to take like a fucking... I mean... I think we know where this is going. No need to play it out to its end when White Knight escapes. But interesting. That's all I'll say. Interesting. And how that happened. Yeah, restart. Yay. I'm gonna continue this like at my own time if I can help it. Hopefully. Maybe you'll have a stream on Saturday or Sunday. It's gonna be either of the two, and we're gonna try to do. I was wondering if he even was gonna escape. I think he would have escaped. Yeah, because wait, right, everybody's dead. If he does escape, I mean, then nobody's alive because Rose is gonna be the first people to just get turned, right? But yeah, at the end of the day, there's not much else to do. So Saturday or Sunday, there's gonna be a Limbo stream for Railway. Refraction Railway 6. Hopefully it isn't too long. 2 teams should be fine. Like, can even do it if there's not 12 to turn. I've never tested it. That's something worth considering, definitely. But yeah, I think that's it for this stream. We tried, we did 2 attempts, we didn't get the green ordeal. Next stream for Lobotomy Corporation onwards, we're just gonna continue. We're just gonna move forward. We are just gonna move forward. We can test it right now. I'll test it on my turn. I think I've had it. You know? I think I've had it for now. I just want to do it for something else, that's all. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. And I really appreciate all the support that I have been getting, even though it may not be much so far. And we shall see you in... I think we should try to legit take him down. What, like let him escape and then try to take him down the proper way instead of cheesing it? Is that what you're saying? With everybody here? I mean, sure. That definitely can happen. Guess I'll try and see. I can get a few practice runs in tomorrow if I feel like it. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, before the next Lobotomy Corporation stream, it's either doing the cheese or doing something else. I'll try. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. That's it. I've had it with streaming, man. It would be a lot less RNG reliant, that's for sure. Sure.